Hello everyone, myself Inderjeet and I welcome you in my channel NCRT Social Science with Inderjeet. And in this channel, what we are going to do, we are going to continue this chapter, The Rise of Empires, which is the fifth chapter of class 7 Social Science. And this is the second part. First part already uploaded. You can go to my channel and go through the video and see the full video, then only it will be informative for you. So without wasting time, let's move. The rise of empires, we have discussed all these things. And see here, what is an empire, and all these things we have discussed, right? And what is an empire, features of an empire, we have discussed. Now we have to start from, yes, we have to start from trade routes and guilds. Trade. Without trading activity, without trade, there will be no development. Will there be any development? No. Then trade routes. Which trade route was used at that time? And what about the guilds? Guilds were the association of the workers, traders, businessmen. Got it? And they used to make their own rules and regulations, and these are all those things which are going to study in this topic. So don't miss the video, see the video and get information. Trade routes and guilds. Conducting military campaigns, especially in distant lands. Military campaign in distant land, it would require huge amount of resources, yes, huge amount of money. Is not as simple as it might seem. Maintaining an army is a costly affair. Without money, military invasion or expansion of territory is not possible. Because to maintain a large army, huge amount of money is required. Maintaining an army is a costly affair. Soldiers need to be fed, clothed, equipped with weapons, and paid. Elephants and horses needed to be cared for. Roads or ships have to be built, and so on. All this requires considerable economic power, control over the workforce, and access to resources. Without having these three, what these three? Economic power, that is money. Then control over the workforce, it means complete administration, and access to resources, more and more area or more and more territory, more and more resources. So without having these three, it was totally impossible task to maintain a large army. Got it? Okay. We can now understand that economic activity, especially production and trade, is one of the keys to maintaining an empire. Without trade, without trading activity, without trade and commerce, it was not possible. What was not possible? Economic development. So, especially production and trade is one of the keys to maintaining an empire and ensuring people's welfare and quality of life, which a good ruler should be concerned with. And you should be surprised that all the rulers, either that ruler was a brutal ruler or a small kingdom, large empire, anything, they were knowing the importance of trade. They were knowing the importance of trade and commerce. They were knowing that what is its role in the development of the infrastructure, development of the economy, of the, it may be Sultanate period, it may be any period. The role of trading activity, it was a thumbs up in all the periods, whatever the period. And because it includes people's welfare, without money, where would the welfare? Then quality of life, without money, how the quality of life will enhance? how the administration will work. Therefore, establishing and controlling trade routes all over the empire's territory and beyond is of great importance. And that's why, all the kings or the sultans, they were knowing that it is very essential to control the trade routes. And most of the time, there was a fight. There was war between two sultans or king or or empire or emperor whatsoever. There was a fight to have control over the trade routes. That way, the goods traded will grow in quantity and variety, and more trade means more income of the producers and increased tax collections for the ruler. The ruler was knowing more trade, more trading activity, more business. It means more income will come. The peasants or the producers, better you can say producers, they will get huge amount of money. If they will have money, they will, and taxes will be imposed on them, then they will be able to pay the taxes, right? Returning to the case of ancient time, what would have been the traded goods? What type of goods were traded? Some of the goods they were imported, some of the goods they were exported. But in India, what was the case? We were importing less from other countries and we were exporting more. Now we are going to discuss that which items were imported and which items were exported. See here. There's plenty of evidence on this, at least both from the literature and archaeological excavations. Textiles, spices, agricultural produce, luxury items such as gems and handicraft products, and various animals were among the main items of trade. These items, these were the things of trade. है ना? These were the items of trade. All this brisk trade was not limited to India. Many Indian goods traveled towards distant countries by land route or by sea route. More often than not, traders were not just isolated individuals carrying out their own business. They soon understood the benefits of joining forces and creating guilds, that is, Srenis. Traders, they were knowing that what is the importance to be united, to be in an association. Individually, it is not going to work. So uh, they understood the benefits of joining forces and creating guilds. Guilds were powerful associations of traders. Now, what was guilds? Guilds were what were guilds? Guilds were powerful association of traders, and they used to make their own rules and regulations. Got it? Okay. As far as evidence shows, a guild had a head, usually who was elected, and executive officers who were supposed to have all kinds of ethical qualities. Two things made traders guilds a remarkable institution. What were the two things which made guilds as remarkable institutions? First, they brought together people who ended up with collaborators. They brought together people, they formed associations. First thing. Second, see here, rather than competitors, as they realized that sharing resources and information on markets, supply and demand, workforce, etc., was to everyone's benefit. Without benefiting the people, without sharing the benefit among everyone, will it work? No, it will not work. Right? It's a two-side business. Second, as an ancient text put it, cultivators, traders, herdsmen, moneylenders, and artisans have authority to lay down rules for their respective classes. All these cultivators, traders, herdsmen, moneylenders, they had their own rules. They laid down the rules, right, for their classes, that what rules they are supposed to follow. In other words, guilds had the autonomy to create their own internal rules, and even the ruler cannot interfere in that. Right? In very rare case also, okay, in very rare case, hardly sometimes you take the percent of 0.0001% like this. But generally, rulers they don't interfere because they were knowing that if these guilds or the traders will become angry, what will happen? The economy of my state or territory, it will go down. Then from where will I get the money? What about the welfare of the people? What about the infrastructure? So let's see here. Guilds spread over large parts of India and endured for centuries. Even after they ceased to exist formally, their spirit continued to influence India's trade. They were influencing India's trade and business activities. And sometimes at present also there are different associations. The institution of guilds provides an excellent example of a self-organizing abilities of Indian society. The ancient village unit, which with its various committees and councils, that provides another. Indeed, an enlightened ruler would let people organize themselves. If the ruler is good, it will let the people to unite. It will let the people to unite, work, form associations, and do for the betterment of the people. And the ruler will refrain from interfering their internal matters. Now, let's talk about the rise of Magad. Will the video will become very long? No? Okay. Let's discuss this topic in the next video. Okay. So till here, whatever we have discussed about the guilds, is it clear to everyone? Okay, fine. So hope you have understood this topic. In the next part, we will discuss some more things. If you have liked my video, please subscribe and share to others. Thank you.